All right, hi. So we are doing the second set of notes, and I believe this should be your page 4. We did it last week. This says the 14th, it was more like the 15th. So the only thing I really need you to put in, number one, match up the essential question, what units of measurement are used in the metric system? And just write in this title into your notes, please. Page 4, it would be 9:15, not 14. All right, so in the anticipation guide, which is on page 2, on the left-hand side, you filled out true, false. We're not going to have to do it again. Just know that you've already done this. Going to back to page 4, sorry for the back and forth. What you are going to fill in is any of the yellow underlined words into your notes. So the English system, so that's the stuff that the United States tends to use. It's the English system of measurement, which means when we measure length, usually it's in feet, inches, yards, and so on. Mass, you find ounces and pounds, and volume, pint, cup, and gallon. However, because we are dealing with science and science is universal, for the universal, we tend to use the metric system. And that is a standard of measurement used worldwide, the whole world, for science. So below in your notes is a list of base units for measurement. Some units we've already looked at is length. Length is in meter, m. Mass is in grams, mass on the scale. Volume, usually liter. If we're dealing with irregular objects, that's in the water displacement. And meters cubed or centimeters cubed for regular objects when you are measuring with a ruler. Remember, that volume is length times width times height. So it's x times x times x. So you get x to the third, which is why you have meters cubed or centimeters cubed. All right, so now we're getting to the biggie thing, density. Density is the amount of matter within a given volume. So it's the amount of stuff there, right? And here's a huge hint to you guys. This was given to me. It's amazing. It will help you throughout all your sciences because, yes, densities and everything. So formula for this is mass, which is typically in grams, divided by volume, liters or meters cubed. So on the left-hand side of your notes, there's this white column, and it says density, formula, and examples. What you should draw in is this triangle. And remember it this way, like a motor vehicle thing. DMV. D equals M over V. Now this triangle can help you to convert when you don't need to, or so that you don't have to convert. So say I need density, I cross this out and I look mass over volume. Now say I need volume, it's mass over density. Say I need mass, it's density times volume. So this is a really, really great trick, little mnemonic device to know to help you measure and calculate density. So here's an example. So an example of density is like a fun-sized Snicker bar versus a marshmallow. So they're both the same size, or same volume, take up the same amount of space, but a Snickers bar has more mass to it. There's more in it, which makes it more dense, as opposed to the marshmallow that doesn't have a lot. All right, quiz time. What you're going to do, now that we're done with the notes, you're going to get your loose leaf piece of paper. At the top, I would label it Metric System Quiz. And write in 1 through 5. So Metric System Quiz, 1 through 5. What you're going to do is write the letter or the word down, which you believe is correct. And then once I go over it, you can then underline, highlight, or star in your notes to help you when you need to study. So whatever you don't know now, you can study for the quiz. All right. So, the first one, in the metric system, mass is measured in units called what? Grams, liters, meters, or pounds? Number 2, in the metric system, length is measured in units called what? Grams, liters, meters, or inches? Which circle, which one of these 4 circles, has more mass to it? Which one has more mass? A, B, C, or D? All right, which circle has more volume? So which one of these has more volume? A, B, C, or D? And last but not least, the formula to calculate density, is what? So what is density's formula? Is it length times width, mass times volume, or mass divided by volume, meters divided by volume, or length times width times height? All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you the answers to this. So in the metric system, mass is done in grams, so you should have had A. 2, length in the metric system is in meters, or C. Which circle has more mass, has more in it? B. Which one has more volume? Which one has the biggest space? That would be C. And last but not least, the density formula is mass divided by volume, B. All right, so we're going to go back to the anticipation guide real quick, and we're going to put in true or false and why. So to measure the amount of volume in a regular object, measure using a ruler the length, width, and height, and then multiply. True or false? I'm hoping you said true. That is for regular objects. For irregular, make a note of this. Irregular objects use water displacement. And don't forget the units. Density is the amount of space within an object. That one's false. That one's volume. Volume is the amount of space. Density is the amount of matter in a given space. All right, so the summary, what I would like you to write in that summary section is in what units of measurement are used in the metric system versus the English system. Write this down. In science, we use blank, tell me what we use, to measure length, but use blank in the English system. Please plug in the words as needed. What is the density formula? Density is, please give me the formula. And last but not least, what is the most dense, water, gold, or air? The most dense is, and let me know. All right, so we are done now. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, email me. Besides that, I hope you guys have a great day.